If you are scoring at home, and I sure hope that you are, it's the offseason, we are 6 weeks away from night number one of the NFL's annual selection meeting, in which the Browns will make, at number 2, the best player available, their selection. This is the best podcast available. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew Siciliano. I am in the home office at the Cross Country Mortgage Campus. Meantime, on the other side of your screen or dial, if you're listening, or I don't know, the other headphone, Jason Gibbs, how the heck are you?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. We're approaching St. Patty's Day, the NCAA tournament. Pro days are underway. Free agency in the heart of 6 weeks till the draft. Come on, let's go. This is the best time of year.
Sorry about Bowling Green.
Expected.
Yeah.
Managed expectations, met expectations. That's exactly how it would go. Hey, we have Eddie George. It doesn't matter.
Yes, Eddie George.
Come on.
Fun fact. Actually, not that fun. I called Eddie George's very first game as head coach of Tennessee State. It was actually in Canton at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.
Really?
Yes. Live on NFL Network.
He had a very good run there. Got a little boost from Herb. And, when Urban Meyer tells the BG powers that be, give this guy a look. Now he's the head coach of Bowling Green. I couldn't be happier. I'm excited.
And if you want to laugh and show you the circuitous path that took him to Bowling Green, I believe the other coach that day, I got to look it up. We're already off on a tangent. The other coach that day was Hugh Jackson.
Okay. All right.
He nods and says, let's get to the content. All right. So we're going to do that. Obviously, free agency opened this week. We waited a little bit until later in the week to do this pod because we wanted to see all the things that the Browns were going to do. And as you know by now, there wasn't a massive headline, but that's a reality of the team's offseason situation. Your massive headline was last Sunday when Myles Garrett got his deal done. A deal that I think kind of stunned everyone. Not that eventually the two sides made peace. I think we're all happy with that. But how it happened, when it happened, and the size of the number with which it happened, it was $40 million a year. We could break that down a little bit later. Let's go through some of the other moves. There was not a massive headline. Hey, here's $35 million on DK Metcalf. No, it was Myles. That was the headline. The other moves were slightly more affordable, and I think actually, Gibby, some of these are really good. Had a chance to speak to Joe Tryon-Shoyinka yesterday. Now, he didn't get his fifth-year option picked up. He was a first-round pick, 32nd overall, one of the COVID kids coming out early out of the University of Washington. His sack numbers were never huge there, but they were playing him at a 3-4. A lot of people think, and I'm one of them, that you put him in a Jim Schwartz defense, you line him up in the wide nine, you put him opposite Myles, and you let him go eat. That at $4.5 million, this is a value signing with some significant upside.
Yeah, maybe, again, you get drafted. Maybe you just need a change of scenery.
Yeah.
Maybe you need a different system. Jim Schwartz's system seems to fit him very well. He kept saying it yesterday. I can't wait to just be unleashed and go eat. Let me go eat. Let me go feast. Let me go after the quarterback. You saw the interaction from Myles on the Browns' digital platforms. The guy's just excited to get here, work out, start getting ready, and turn him loose here come fall. I think a great value signing for the Cleveland Browns and a guy that I think will be a good rotation fit on that defensive line, linebacker. He is listed as defensive end, but I believe he was drafted as a linebacker. Am I correct on that?
You are correct. He's a 3-4 backer. That was kind of the thing. Todd Bowles tried to scheme him up a lot and try to find ways for him to get after the quarterback, but he was dropping a lot as well in that 3-4. That isn't necessarily his forte. Again, if they can unlock the pass rush, he has 15 career sacks in 4 seasons. If they can unlock that, this is a value deal. And I know I often equate things to the Rams. I see a Leonard Floyd situation here. He was a first-round pick. Granted, he was a top 10 pick. The Bears picked up his fifth-year option, then decided to get rid of him before year 5. He had 18 career sacks at that point. They bring him into LA. You put him opposite Aaron Donald, and here we're putting him opposite maybe not opposite, but more opposite than Aaron Donald, who played inside, Myles Garrett. And it's good to be that other guy. And I think Joe Tryon-Shoyinka could benefit from that. Malik Collins with Dalvin Tomlinson gone. And I think both of us want to say thank you. All Browns fans want to say thank you to Dalvin Tomlinson. Put in a couple of really good years. Great locker room guy, a hard worker and a good personality. Dalvin Tomlinson, cap casualty. He is now in Arizona, and the Browns bring in the former 49er, well-traveled Malik Collins, who is a defensive tackle, not as big as Dalvin. He is a get up the field and get after the quarterback guy. Very much a guy like Tryon-Shoyinka that in Jim Schwartz's defense is going to get to the quarterback.
And I think that that's a priority. You can see it in free agency with the guys that this organization is bringing in. They want to be more aggressive. They want to be in the backfield. They want to be making plays with that front seven. They know that they've got the back end locked down with three great corners to start off with, and then Grant Delpit in the safety spot. They know they have playmakers in the back, but you have to be able to force the quarterback to make mistakes or force turnovers and force sacks. And this is another one. I really like this one. And I love Dalvin Tomlinson. I'm sorry to see him go.
Same.
The good news is don't feel too sorry for him. The man got a nice little payday in Arizona and is able to continue his career a little sunnier, maybe even a little warmer year round. Malik Collins, though, I think it's a good pickup. Again, it's a veteran. He comes from a winning culture, and he can bring that to the table as well. And his ability to get upfield's been well documented, I think, from Brian Baldinger, your friend and mine, and a few others who are good under the radar signing for the Cleveland Browns.
Absolutely. We're getting to the quarterbacks. I promise. I promise. We're not avoiding the topic.
Patience.
Cornelius Lucas was signed as well, most recently with the Commanders. He replaces James Hudson, who went to the Giants. He's basically your swing tackle, right? If you need him to start, and he has started both left and right, he can be that guy. He is your swing tackle, your third or fourth tackle. He is the guy that you plug in case of emergency. James Hudson was that guy, although he got plenty of starts over the years with the multiple injuries on either side of the line. He is older than Hudson. Cornelius Lucas, who is in the building, I know later this week, actually late this week, is in the building on Thursday, is also a signee. And then
we had him on Cleveland Browns Daily yesterday. He was great.
I miss
bookend on the basketball team. 6'8", 327. He has worked hard and been doubted ever since he came into the league. He has a chip on his shoulder. I loved him. We thought he was really, really good on the air with us. He's got the right mindset, a good veteran presence in that offensive line room.
And he brought the whole family in there. Great to see the little ones running around the building as well. It is the offseason. Cornelius Lucas is your new swing tackle. Devin Bush re-signed. I like it. There's an example. You want to go to Joe Tryon-Shoyinka? There's an example of a former first-round pick at linebacker given another shot for Bush. It was his third shot, had that 1 year in Seattle. He played well last year, especially against the run. A lot of my friends blowing up my phone going, who's playing linebacker? Devin Bush is coming back. It's a good move. It's an affordable move as well. And then we have the quarterbacks. Kenny Pickett yesterday in the building as well. Nathan sat down with him. He did the podium for the media. Kenny Pickett is coming over from Philadelphia, speaking of former first-round picks, in exchange for DTR and a 5. First off, love DTR. I'm going to miss him. And this goes back to his days at UCLA. Obviously, I am in the home office. I got to see him there. Got to interview him at NFL Network long before the Browns drafted him. I love the kid. I think he can play in this league. It obviously, with the chances he was given here, did not happen. Preseason, yes. Regular season, no. I wish him the best. I'm really happy he gets a fresh start, and I'm happy he's in a good room with Jalen Hurts, and hopefully the future continues to be bright and he gets another shot and he kills it, because I know that he will. In Kenny Pickett, and again, I know my phone was blowing up, Gibby. I know yours was as well, from Browns fans who, A, hate the Steelers, and B, had their eyes set on this huge splash maybe at quarterback. They went, what is going on here? I'll tell you what's going on here. for $2.6 million, a guy that has started 25 games, was a first-round pick. By the way, the Steelers won 15 of those 25. Actually, the Eagles, throw them in as well. 15 of those 25 games. Is he your 2? Is he your 3? He does get a chance, he said Thursday, to compete for number 1. For what you gave up, when you see how many teams need multiple starting quarterbacks, we've seen this movie before. This is a solid pickup, truly. Look at the big picture here and don't just go, I can't believe we traded for that Steelers quarterback that DTR beat.
It's March 14th. We're taping this on Friday, March 14th. The quarterback room is not even close to being done, being formed. Kenny Pickett is a piece of that. It's giving him another chance. It's another guy that, again, when maybe just given a change of scenery, what he's learned from being in Philadelphia and being under their tutelage. I'm not saying that Pittsburgh gave him bad tutelage, but I don't know what he had in Pittsburgh from an offensive standpoint. Get another chance here and get him some reps, coach him up, see what he can do. He's going to be one of a couple different pieces in that quarterback room. They're not done, meaning the Cleveland Browns. So everybody just take a deep breath. Let's see how this all plays out. He has talent. Why not see what he can do? I mean, especially if you're remaking this quarterback room, which seems to be the case.
Kenny Pickett has 25 career starts, as mentioned. He has 6 fourth-quarter comebacks and 7 game-winning drives in his 25 career starts. So in the fourth quarter, when the money was on the table, including as a rookie, 4 of those came his rookie year, including at one point weeks 15 and 16 down the stretch when that team was fighting for the playoffs, Kenny Pickett performed. I mean, Gibby, you as the Steeler fan wanted Matt Canada out of there. I mean, how much? I'm kidding. You get my point. He gets another start. He gets a fresh start. It's going to be a different room, whether it's Russell Wilson or quarterback to be named later or rookie quarterback. He gets a chance to compete. And instead of saying, hey, we desperately need a quarterback at the trade deadline, who can we trade for? You have a guy who, best case, look, maybe he's starting. I'm not going to tell him he can't. He says he was told he has the chance to compete. That's all anybody wants. But if he's door 2 or door 3, it's not a bad situation. I mean, those are my 2 cents, because I know everybody wants the big splash headline at quarterback. Right now, that's not going to happen. Even though Russell Wilson was in the building on Thursday, did you guys hug it out?
I didn't see him at all.
Okay.
They kept him away from us.
Okay.
That's it. He got in about 8:30, I guess, left around 2:30.
That wasn't your shaky cell phone video outside with the SUV pulling away.
It was not. I did say hello to the media contingent that was camped out literally for 7 hours out front. I thought about ordering them pizzas.
You could have done that.
I mean, they're all good people. I like them.
In all seriousness, if it is Russ, and maybe we have to cut this out, but no, let's keep it. If it is Russ, people are going to like him. He's a likable guy. He's won a Super Bowl. He's a winner. He's a winner and a leader. Okay. Yeah. And he's tough as all get out. We're going to remember the Thursday night game as the snow globe game a year ago. And it was amazing on so many levels. Okay. But go back and watch the football and take your eyes off the snow. Myles and the Browns front 7 beat the living snot out of Russell Wilson. And he kept getting up. Look at the Hail Mary at the end of the game. Everybody wants to focus on George Pickens and Greg Newsome in the back of the end zone. Focus on the hit that Russell Wilson took. He gave his guys time. He ran around a little bit to make sure his guys got to the end zone. George Pickens, remember, I gave him so much time, was already in the dog pound at that point. Actually, other end of the stadium. You get my point. All right, he was running through the end zone, picking a fight. But he did that knowing he was going to get killed. He was destroyed, and he got up. So he is a tough you-know-what. And you know what? If it's Russell Wilson, dog pound, let's bark.
We are literally 3 days into the formal beginning of the NFL new year. Let's bark.
We are 6 weeks
right.
from the draft
All
and
right.
6 months from the season. All right. There's your headline. Okay. So this is the best podcast available. We ran through the list of free agents. The most notable name on that list wasn't a free agent, but he has a fantastic new contract. Myles Garrett, did you bring me a cupcake? How were those?
Well, I'm not a sweets guy myself, but I saved one for you.
Okay. Why, thank you. Congratulations, man. Do you feel better that this is all over?
Yeah, I mean, it can stop, dominating, some of the aspects of my life. I try to keep a pretty low key profile. So I go back to doing that, staying out of the news cycle, to working out, recovering, and get ready to have the best season that I've had in my career.
Let's talk about that, because I know what it was like for the fans, and you were asked about that a lot on the podium, and I know it was like for people in the building. What has, Myles, the last month been like for you?
It's been long, just trying to turn on Sports Center, seeing the news, trying to watch some basketball, and I'm going in and out of the news cycle, and seeing my name, put with different teams, and just being used and tossed around so much. I prefer to be out of that kind of stuff. I prefer to just be the team, and I prefer to work in silence.
February 3rd, and I know you probably had talked about it over the weekend, but that Monday of the Super Bowl, when you decided to hit send, like you decided, all right, we're doing this, we're putting this out into the ether, into the world. Did you think you'd be sitting here again?
I knew it was a possibility that I'd be sitting here. I mean, AB had been steadfast in his opinion that we're not trading away Myles Garrett, and I trust in his patience and his fortitude, and that kind of loyalty to me doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate him, standing by me, and having patience for the situation, just talking me through things, and getting us both on the right page, and seeing how this future that we both want can be here sooner than I would expect.
And you said that it opened up the discourse. There was constant communication. Like, what did that look like? Is AB like the guy that texts you at 3 a.m. that says, "Hey, what if we did this?" Like, what's that back and forth?
I wouldn't say he's a 3 a.m. guy. He has a little bit more respect for my time. Okay. But that early morning, mid afternoon, text, just walking me through things, his ideas, his opinion on things, knowing that nothing that I did was out of spite, and just not handling the thing with emotion, just being very, very respectful, but keeping me abreast of the situation on their end, and just talking through it with him and Nicole, and just like I said, just continue to get us both on the same page.
All right, the cynic would say the money changed your mind. I get it. I mean, that's human nature here. But listening to you on the podium, they're also, and I know you can't play the team's cards here, it sounds like AB was able to change your mind as well. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, for the point after the season, where I was, I was beat up and I was tired. I was frustrated from the outcome of that season. It was disappointing, from all aspects. To the point now, he continued to be consistent and persistent, with his messaging on, and as things have developed, like I said, we've seen more and more changes, throughout the league, and seeing more from this young draft class, and how can they can come in and make an immediate impact, and really turn this thing around.
Okay, I'm not trying to get too deep here. It's a Friday of St. Patrick's Day weekend, but we've talked before about philosophy. Obviously, books on your nightstand. For those who don't know, you got a lot of philosophy books over there. Is there a philosophic approach that you took to this? Is there some stoicism with rationality and trying to accept things as they are? Did you go down that road as well in the last month?
Uh, Stoicism was last year. That was
Okay. What's this year?
Meditations. That was Marcus Aurelius. That was all last year. Now we're focusing on how to be the best versions of ourselves. How we uplift others. Not just developing the man on the inside, but how we can elevate everyone around us.
I love it. I know you spoke to Russell on Thursday. Did you really tell him that you wouldn't sack him 3 or 4 times? That's why he should be here?
That's what I told Stefanski. I told him to give that as a point, but I wouldn't want to have that be our last conversation. But that would be pretty memorable for him.
I mean, you already have Kenny Pickett there, right? Yeah, he's not getting sacked 3 or 4 times a year either.
True, but if he makes the wrong decision, it could be.
In all seriousness, do you know who the quarterback's going to be? I mean, do you have an idea?
After conversations, I do have an idea.
Okay. Do you like the idea?
I like it enough to be here smiling in front of you because I think we have a good chance of that happening and making the most out of it.
Can you tell us who it is, Myles?
I can't do that.
I do know that, but I also remember that AB was sitting there in Mobile saying that he's not a patient guy. He wants the draft to be tomorrow. We're 6 weeks from the draft. We are 6 months from the first game. I want to circle back to the fans here. For the fans who are impatient, and like my old man being one of them, I'm one of them. Like, what would you tell them?
Trust in the process. There's been some ups and downs. The disappointment of last year will be replaced by the elation and joy of next year because continue to put this plan in place, and we have a lot of things to build upon. But that is also the great part about it. We have a hell of a foundation. We just got to get to work.
I think the first time I saw you smile on the podium, and we're taping this after you wrapped up talking to everyone else, was when you were asked about, I think, the relief of being able to stay home being Northeast Ohio. Is there a sense of relief that there is normalcy back in your life here?
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to, pick up and move my life. I think all that goes unnoticed about a person's transition to another team. Having to move their families, their belongings, their homes to somewhere else, and being able to keep all those things status quo, being able to stay here with this community, this family, and continue to work at this goal that we've had since day one. That's what I wanted. So I'm glad we can all come together and make this happen.
All right, last thing. I'll get you out of here. Who are the Cavs getting in the finals?
I think the Nuggets, honestly.
Really? Not LeBron and the
I
Lakers?
do.
Really?
I just don't know if they have what it takes this year without a big. And I think the Thunder's just still a little bit too green. And I think the Nuggets have that championship DNA to get there. But I think the Cavs are the most complete team in the NBA right now. So it's our chip to lose, honestly.
All right, I lied. One more thing. Your reaction when the Luka trade went down?
It was the same reaction as everyone else. It was complete shock. It's not like my little minority state got me a little bit of a tip before anyone else. I was completely lost, just like everyone else. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. I'm personally rooting for Cavs Lakers, but whatever. I'll take Cavs against anyone. I'll take Browns against anyone next year as well in Santa Clara. So let's build towards that. Myles Garrett, congratulations again. It's great to have you back in the building. Hope you're climbing a mountain or doing something fun in the off season. Time to get back to work, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.